Hello, Scrappy Peeps! Suzanna here today for Ellie's Studio, and it is reveal day, yay, of the March kits and add-ons. And this is my first layout that I am sharing with you. This is part of my Breaking Out of the Box series as well, because I find that I use a lot of Ellie's Studio for that, in that with the pocket cards, it could create a very grid-like look, and so you are able to break up that grid depending on how you use those pocket cards. So you can see I have a 3x4 pocket card, which is the left-hand side of the rainbow, and then the 4x6 pocket card, which is the right-hand side of the rainbow, and I like the box that that leaves across. Because you've got those overlapping colors, you kind of break out of the box. The problem is that you have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so I know I'm going to have to cover up some of those numbers in order to get continuous flow of numbers. So you can see I have found the purple and yellow cards, 3x4 cards there, as well as created a grid photo box. I used Photoshop, and I have a pre-printed template that I just dropped my photos into. Those photos are each of us, the 4 of us in my family, holding a cake or a slice of cake that we had for St. Patty's Day last year. And so I liked the way that putting those 2 journal cards on the left-hand side breaks up the grid. I also put the grid of the photos slightly off kilter, so slightly leaning to the right, and that also breaks up the grid. Because the digital cut file of the word lucky is also it's not straight, it's not all on one plane. The letters are slightly rotated, and some slightly higher or lower than others. That also breaks up the grid too, and you've got that white space that makes the box less boxy. So you can see that I've also used the Shamrocks, or the 4-leaf clovers, from the digital cut file that I have cut with the Elle Studio cardstock in different coordinating shades of green, and those are going to be my main focal point embellishments to guide your eye around the page, as well as break up the brightness and the contrast of color that is there. It grounds the layout and gives you something to look at. So these are the labels. They are not the March labels. I apologize. Those are the star, heart and star. Hold on. Let me get this right. They are the stickers. And they are the little star label stickers, and I'm using them in that same rainbow color, so Roy G. Biv, to create a banner. And I'm not sure at this point where I think they're going to go underneath Happiness Found Here or above that, and so I'm just notching them to create the banner look, and then I will figure out where they are going to go. I wanted to have the rainbow that is at the bottom of the page somewhere at the top of the page as well, to just kind of close out that loop to ground it. And so I liked them up there, but then it ends up covering happiness. And if I trim them all down, I lose that staggering, the different variation in length, which is what I wanted. So I move them up here to above the photo, and so I'm going to have to re-notch some of them. I do not want them stuck all the way down on the page. So you will see a trick that I have used previously. I do not have one of those talcum powder dispenser things, and so I am just going to use my anti-static. It's a little pouch, and it's full of powder. It's from Ranger. I know a Cherry on Top has them too there. And just get a little bit of powder to take off the adhesive off the back side. And you'll see in the close-ups how the top is stuck down, but the bottom is kind of more non-adhesive and more dimensional off the page there. Again, for dimension, I'm going to use some of my Thermoweb double-sided foam tape there. That is just going to provide layers and shadow between the different Shamrocks or 4-leaf clovers that I have in there. And so I'm going to use some of those Shamrocks to cover numbers, and then some up the top there again, just to pull that color into the page. This is a very colorful page for me. Those of you who know my work know that I don't normally use a ton of color. I love color, but I usually limit my palette to 2 or 3 different shades, and so here we've got a lot more than what I would typically use. So today is the release of the kit, and if you buy it today and are not a subscriber, you obviously get it's cheaper today just on release day itself. But also, if you are a subscriber, there are some awesome discounts, and I believe you can still become a subscriber today, and so be sure to look into that. There are great benefits to subscribing. You get normal discounts off of release things, but this month in particular, because Elle Studio is celebrating their birthday, you get additional discounts. So there are also giveaways, just little fun things that'll be added into everybody's box, whether you are a subscriber or not. So I have pulled the die cuts from the kit, and because I'm using all of the colors, I can try and use all of the colors as well. I want just a few couple things to break up the box, and so in breaking up the box, the round objects also help soften the lines of the grid of a box. So you can see I've got tone-on-tone elements, and then I'm trying to get a few more of the Shamrocks incorporated into the layout. So these are the new label stickers that are released each month. We've had, for the past couple of months, we've had lots of fun, great colors. I really love these blue. It's the Cerulean blue cardstock label stickers. So I will tell you, this box that I am working on here, initially I was okay with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but what I ended up doing was I decided to make each number one member of the family, and we do not have 5 members of the family, so I needed to cover up the number 5. So I will actually use one of the March labels that says Captured Everyday Life to cover the number 5, and then move that little grid, that little cluster that I have at the bottom of the number 5 blue box. I will move that up, and you will see that in the close-ups. I apologize that I do not do it on video. However, there are some design elements that I always am going to do off camera, because you get a different perspective when you're looking at it off camera. And it's honestly not until I go to photograph it or actually put in the journaling that I discover that I want something that I can improve the look of the layout in a small way. So the other thing that I am going to do is I wanted a little bit of blue. That's kind of the grounding color to this layout. And so I'm going to use this month's Heart and Stars chipboard stickers. I'm going to use the blue and the green shades of those at the top left on that purple journal card there, where I will journal, along with a yellow paper, pattern paper heart that is in the same shape, that is remnant from another layout that I have created. I keep a lot of the innards of things, and you'll see that that innard came from the next layout that I'm going to share with you based on this kit. It's a large photo swimming layout, just as a heads up of what's coming down the road. So that is going to wrap up the layout. Here are the close-ups. I will link you in the box down below to all of the things that I've used, as well as the store. If you have any questions about these new products, please don't hesitate to leave those down below too. I hope you're enjoying this Breaking Out of the Box series and seeing ways that you can use your cards and create grids on your layout without having them look super boxy. Thanks for stopping in today. I hope you are doing well. Come back again soon. Take care.